In the heart of West Africa, once stood a city so sophisticated that early European explorers compared it to the greatest cities in Europe. A kingdom of artists, warriors, and engineers. The Benin Kingdom was one of Africa's most advanced civilizations. But in 1897, British troops invaded, looted its treasures, and burned its legacy. This is the untold story of Benin, Nigeria's forgotten empire of bronze and power. The Kingdom of Benin was founded around the 11th century in what is today Edo State, Nigeria. The people of Benin, known as the Edo people, created a kingdom that became a beacon of trade, politics, and culture in West Africa. At its head stood the Oba, or king, a divine ruler who governed with absolute authority. Benin City was no ordinary city. It was surrounded by massive moats and earthworks, some stretching over 9,000 kilometers, making it one of the largest man-made structures in the world. Streets were laid out in perfect grids. Houses were built with red clay. And the Oba's palace stood tall with columns, courtyards, and bronze decorations. In fact, when the Portuguese arrived in the 15th century, they were stunned. One explorer wrote that the city was as well laid out as Lisbon. The Kingdom of Benin was world famous for its art, especially its bronze and ivory sculptures. These pieces weren't just decorative. They were historical records showing kings, queens, warriors, and ceremonies. The Benin bronzes are considered masterpieces of African art. Created using the lost wax casting technique, they reveal a level of sophistication and realism that rivals anything found in Europe at the time. Benin was a powerful kingdom, trading ivory, pepper, cloth, and later, tragically, becoming involved in the Atlantic slave trade. It had diplomatic ties with Portugal and later England. The Oba of Benin even exchanged ambassadors and gifts with European monarchs. In 1897, everything changed after a British envoy was attacked while entering Benin without permission. The British launched the so-called punitive expedition. They invaded the city, burned it to the ground, and looted thousands of artworks, including the prized bronzes. These priceless treasures were then sold to museums in London, Berlin, Paris, and beyond. Today, the legacy of the Benin Kingdom lives on. The descendants of the Obas still live in Benin City. Meanwhile, Nigeria and other African nations are demanding the return of the stolen Benin bronzes. Some museums have begun to return artifacts, and Nigeria is building the Edo Museum of West African Art to bring home the treasures and restore pride in a stolen legacy. The story of Benin is not just African history, it's world history. A tale of brilliance, betrayal, and the fight for justice. If you want more untold African stories, hit that like button, subscribe, and tell us in the comments.